And welcome back to Pure Nebraska. In this sponsored segment of Pure Nebraska, we're going to get a better understanding of a transmission line that will run through the north central part of the state. The Nebraska Public Power District, or NPPD, is working on this project. Joining me now is Tom Kent, who is the Chief Operating Officer for NPPD, and we're glad to see you today.
Thanks, John. It's terrific to be here today.
Yeah, we're glad to have you again. And first, for those who don't know, what is this transmission line? What's the name of it, and where is it going to be built?
Sure. The R project is a 345,000 volt transmission line. It'll be about 225 miles in length. It will start near our Gerald Gentleman Station, which is south of Sutherland, Nebraska, at a substation there. Transition basically east and north to a substation that we own at Thedford, Nebraska, that we'll be expanding as part of the project, and then go to the east, pretty much straight east from Thedford, and end up and interconnect in southern Holt County with an existing transmission line that's owned by the Western Area Power Administration.
Okay, so why does this transmission line need to be built?
Well, that's really the name for the R project. The R has to do with the reasons that we're building this project, and there's three of them. And the first one has to do with reliability. This project will create a new strong energy source for us in north central Nebraska at that Thedford substation. We're going to add a transformer there that will allow us to interconnect with the existing transmission system in that part of the state. The second piece of the R project is it reduces congestion on our transmission system. And congestion you can think of like a football Saturday in Lincoln. The same thing can happen in our transmission system where there's so much flow that the transmission lines get filled up. So creating this new transmission line, building this new transmission line, adding it to the network gives us a large interstate highway sized line that gives us the ability to move energy back and forth more efficiently. And then the third piece has to do with the potential to develop new resources.
There has to be some landowners who may not be totally in favor of it. What are you doing to kind of ease those concerns and maybe address environmental concerns?
We started this process in 2012. Once we get this project identified, the reliability need and the importance of the reliability need, we start a public process with landowners, which for us took over 2 years. In that process, we heard a lot of concerns from the landowners. They're certainly concerned about impacts to their ag operations. They're certainly concerned about impacts to the environment and the sandhills. So we've done things to help address that. We work with the landowners to what we call microsiding, to make minor adjustments on their property, to maybe move the line a little bit here or there to avoid a shelter belt or avoid a feedlot or whatever, so that it doesn't impact their operations as much. We're also using some unique construction techniques. The Sandhills is a very fragile, very important area to the state. The ecology is different than the eastern part of the state. So we'll be constructing large portions of this project using a foundation that basically you screw into the ground, so you don't have to drill piers, you don't have to pour concrete. We'll do a lot of construction with helicopters. We'll do low ground pressure equipment, again, to minimize the impact as much as we can to the ground.
All right. Okay, Tom, thank you for joining us today and telling us a little bit more about this project. I know a lot of our viewers will be interested to hear what you have to say on it. So again, thank you for being here.
You bet. It's a pleasure to be here.
All
Thanks.
right. And we will be right back with more Pure Nebraska.